Welcome back, everybody. Now that I've had a chance to play Season 3 of the cycle, let's talk about a few of the big changes that came with it. For starters, beginning with Season 3, there are no more mandatory wipes. So your character can last forever, and you can take as much time as you would like to upgrade your quarters, get your faction rep maxed out, finish the quest lines. I personally love this. Wipe systems I'm a little bit iffy on because I put a lot of time into them, and then at some point my progress just gets wiped out and I have to start back from zero. I do like the thought of there being a level playing field with that. However, this will be nice to just be able to hop on however long from now and my character will still be where I was at when I left him. Next up, we got free loadouts, which is very exciting. A lot of people requested this. I know that this is something that I kind of wanted as well. It makes doing those eco runs, or if you just have nothing to be able to take out, you've had an unfortunate series of events that you've just kind of run out of gear. You don't have to worry about spending money or any materials to get kits. So it'll be nice that you can just get a free loadout from one of the factions and go in. You will get a faction loadout from one of these. It's on a 15-minute timer. And they have various weapons. You can get Mark II weapons from it. You can get blue weapons, you can get blue meds, you can get all sorts of things, and that's really cool. Speaking of gear and weapons, you can now set loadouts, which is pretty crazy. You can have a preset loadout where you set your gear, your weapons, your meds, your ammo, and then it will take everything from your stash to go with that loadout, or it'll buy it from the vendors to set that loadout for you, and you can just drop in with it. No more having to go and buy all the attachments for a weapon, all the meds, all the ammo. You can just quickly click it and you can get back down to Fortuna 3, which I think is great and helps speed up the game a little bit. They have made changes to the ammo and weapons. Starting with ammo, they have basic ammo, shredder ammo, and impactor ammo, and these line up with the different tiers of weapon. So gray is going to be basic, blue is going to be your shredder ammo, and purple weapons will be your impactor ammo. And with those different tiers, they're going to be more expensive for the higher tiered ammo, unfortunately. And it does make it a little bit harder to find your specific ammo on the ground, or if you foam some prospectors, they might not be carrying the ammo that you need. So you got to be a little bit more careful when you're just spraying the enemy or the creatures, because you might run out of ammo when you're on Fortuna 3, and that can be very dangerous. They've also changed the weapons a little bit. They added prototype weapons, which are just essentially weaker versions of their superior counterpart. There is the hammer for Korlev, the ICA guarantee for ICA, and Osiris has the prototype flechette. It's just a way for you to have a more viable weapon earlier on in the game. I personally think that they should have just added new weapons as opposed to prototype weapons, because when you're using them, they just feel weak, and it would be nice to have a little bit more variety than just a similar weapon that's just weaker. Now, moving on, they also changed the audio in the game. You can hear sounds a lot farther away than you could in previous seasons. So in previous seasons, when you heard firing and shots, you knew that they were relatively close. But now you can hear shots pretty far away. Each weapon has a meter indicator of the sound range, which to me kind of means nothing since they don't really give you a scale on the map or anywhere in the game. So it's kind of a new sound system that you have to get used to. Along with the sound system, creatures aggro farther away, so they're alerted by you and start looking for you a lot sooner, making it harder to sneak around or maybe wait out an enemy to run past you, because the creature might see you and just start barking up a storm. They have made creatures a lot easier to eliminate as well. Striders are now just one quick swipe instead of having to charge up your knife attack. Jeffs and Rattlers are also a lot easier to eliminate as well. So it's kind of a nice caveat to them aggroing from farther away. You can kill them a lot quicker, but you still need to be aware of them. And if you're about to get in a fight or you're in a fight, just eliminate the creatures real quick so that we don't have to worry about them at all. Storms seem to be a bit more frequent with the lightning, but it is a lot brighter than it used to be. So now you can actually see things when you're running around, which I think is a nice change. They had an event at the end of the season, last season of Season 2, where storms are a lot brighter, so you can maneuver a lot better. It's not as bright as it was in the event, but it is still brighter than it was in Season 2 overall, and I think that's a really good change. It makes navigating the storm a lot easier. Still probably more dangerous because the storm strikes a lot more frequent, and some of the strikes are pretty fast. One of the big changes that I didn't like is they changed how the insurance works. So now, instead of just insuring it and it's good forever, it is per raid that you have to insure it. To me, makes insuring things completely useless. You can insure something 2 times, I believe, and it can still be worth it. You'll get your monies back or maybe make a little bit of profit. But after that, you've just lost your money. And if you originally paid for it and then you insured it a couple times, you're just out double your money, essentially. So I hope that's a change that they revert back, because it really does make saving K-Marks a lot harder, because you're not getting anything back at all if you're not insuring. And like I said, if you are insuring, there's a good chance that you just lose all your money unless you die all the time, which some of us do. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that they've added more missions, which I think is great. It makes the game last a little bit longer, gives you something to do for a little bit longer, because when you run out of missions, then essentially you're just going to be running around trying to PvP, or at least that's what I do. But it's nice that they added more missions to make it last a little bit longer. You can get more money now. You can get more gear and items from these. So I think that's a good change as well. Lastly, and I think the best change to all of this, is they made your butthole a lot bigger. Now your safe pocket starts at 9 and only gets bigger from there. I believe it can get to 15 or so. So you can store a lot bigger items in there, and a lot earlier on. You can get those important quest items out, or just whatever you need to get out of there. You can get it out safely and don't have to worry about losing every single thing from the get-go. Let me know what your favorite change to Season 3 is down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks everybody for watching, listening, subbing. Bye-bye.